I ended up with a few extra drill holes because some of them were 3 or 4 inches deep, which made sense, but some of them barely got through the fiberglass and then they were hitting something solid like concrete. And I didn't want to sacrifice the drill bit to find out what it was, so I just drilled some extra holes that also seemed to make sense at the 3, 4 inch depth. And be careful when you spray. See right there, mine went everywhere because I pulled the trigger too hard and started off in one of the shallower holes. And obviously that hole was not going anywhere. And it sprayed everywhere. I wasn't sure if I might have gone through into the drain in any of the holes, so I popped off the drain there just to check, and luckily I didn't make a bigger problem other than uh, needing to do a bunch of scraping and cleaning up this mess that I made there. It was all over the glass of the shower door and everything. Anyway, I also had the goggles on, fortunately, recommended by the pro in the tutorial. Speaking of the pro, I tried following his technique with mixing up the glass putty here and just copied as best as I could, and it turned out okay. One little tip I would say is when you've got a flashlight, your light source, go ahead and put it to the side like this, and it'll help you to see any raised edges or grooves and holes and gaps and stuff like that. Here I am doing the paint while I'm letting the glass putty dry. I'm doing the paint and testing it out. It took me about 5 tries to get the right color. I was going drops by drops. I did 5 drops at a time, and I would just do squirts instead because when I made the final batch, I ended up needing to do like 100 drops or something. So I would have done squirts instead. Here's the sanding on the glass putty, and then got the finish putty on there and sanding that down, and then a little cleanup, and then it's going to be time to paint. When you paint, make sure that you've got the pressure can and the paint jar bottle thing all snug together. I wasted about half my can of pressure because I didn't realize that it was not snug together. And here's the finished product. I did not wet sand at the end. It had a little bit of texture and I liked the texture, so I wanted to keep it with it. There you go. I recommend watching the tutorial. It's an hour long or something like that, but well worth it. And then I also played the tutorial alongside me as I went through each step of the way going through the project. Good luck to you.